Welcome to ClubhouseNews.com. You're tuned in to Clubhouse News Weekend for the week ending Saturday, August 29th. I'm Skylar.
And I'm Joshua. Sharpen those pencils because kids are heading back to school. All across the nation in August and September, you can hear the sounds of big yellow buses roaring down the street, backpacks getting zipped up, and school bells ringing out. Although school seems to begin earlier and earlier each year, teachers are finding that all the extra time spent in the classrooms help kids get better grades and earn higher standardized test scores. Plus, starting school in August lets students finish their first big old semester before winter break. So, what are your new school year resolutions? Be sure to stay organized, calendar everything, get to bed on time, eat right, and do your homework. Good habits now mean mega success in the future.
You gotta look out for number one, but don't step at number two.
For all you math whizzes out there, did you know the stock market went bananas last week because of China's slowing economic growth? See, China isn't just the world's most populated country, with over 1.35 billion people. It's also on pace to become the world's biggest economy, one day passing out the United States. So, people have been throwing all kinds of money into China's economy using something called the stock market, where they can invest hard-earned cash with the hopes that it'll come back to them with even more value. Unfortunately, China isn't growing by leaps and bounds anymore, so folks started pulling their money out. As the old saying goes, monkey see, monkey do. Soon, everyone panicked. When tons of people cash out quickly, a growing snowball of flaming moolah rolls into a big fiery pit of uh-oh.
I'm only burning my half.
And because China is such a huge cog in the world's economic wheel, the frenzy of sell-offs damaged neighbors like Japan and America. Asia's richest man, Wang Jianlin, even lost about $13 billion in China's stock market crash. Ouch.
As countries mark the 70th anniversary of World War II, ending on September 2nd, 1945, 3 brave Americans were honored for saving a French train from Islamic gunman Ayoub el-Kazani. Last week, French President François Hollande awarded France's highest honor, the Chevalier de la Légion d'honneur, or Knight of the Legion of Honor, to a group of brave citizens who tackled el-Kazani on August 21st and wrestled a gun away from him. Among them were 3 Americans, 22-year-old National Guardsman Alec Scarlatos, 23-year-old Spencer Stone of the Air Force, and 23-year-old Sacramento State senior Anthony Sadler, a high school classmate of Stone. Stone was also nominated for the Airman's Medal, which is the highest honor in the Air Force and is ranked above the Purple Heart, a prestigious decoration awarded to those wounded or killed while serving.
Ran down, tackled him, we hit the ground. Alec came up and grabbed the gun out of his hand.
Modern soldiers may not be battling a global war like veterans from World War II, which lasted from 1939 to 1945, but they are a part of a legendary fighting force that has beaten many would-be conquerors. On September 2nd, 1945, World War II ended with the defeat of the Axis powers, made up of Adolf Hitler's, Nazi Germany, Hirohito's, Empire of Japan, and Benito Mussolini's fascist Italy. The main Allied leaders who battled the Axis forces with their military might were British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt, Chinese Chairman Chiang Kai-shek, and Soviet Union dictator Joseph Stalin. After Hitler took over neighboring countries like Czechoslovakia, he ignited World War II on September 1st, 1939, when his armies invaded Poland. This led to the British and French governments joining forces to stand up to Germany, whose Nazi soldiers responded by taking over France from 1940 to 1944. The tide began to turn when the Axis powers lost the Battle of Stalingrad in southern Russia, where the Soviet Red Army beat the largest military invasion in history. Soon thereafter, the Allies slowly took back Western Europe with the invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944. This date is known as D-Day, when the biggest amphibious invasion ever stormed the Nazis in France. Germany eventually surrendered on May 8, 1945, a week after Hitler took his own life. Japan held out another few months until America dropped nukes on Hiroshima and Nagasaki on August 6th and 9th. They surrendered August 15th and formally signed the surrender September 2nd, thus officially ending World War II. Thank you, veterans, for making the world a safer place.
Keep those actions clear, and I'll see you on the beach.